Today, I want to talk about how the exact number of synthetic shares in MMTLP has just been confirmed by the TradeStation broker. I also want to talk about how the South Korean regulators are just about to release a list of exactly which banks have been illegally shorting their stocks. So stay tuned and let's make some money. Just a quick reminder, we're currently at 290 members in the Millionaire Mindset Trading Group. When we reach 300, the prices will be increased. So you likely have until tomorrow, Friday, or maybe over the weekend, until the prices go up. But now I want to dive straight in with the key information. So, Junk Savvy tweeted saying, breaking news, MMTLP shareholders have validated 194% of TradeStation's allocated registered stock certificates. TradeStation's official allocation was 122,000 shares, but there's over 237,000 shares held at TradeStation and counting. So we can see there's 99 million shares of MMTLP held by the survey through 6,364 accounts. And TradeStation have so far verified 237,000 shares at their broker, but they only received an allotment for 122,000 shares. That data was taken from 11:24 AM on the 3rd of January, and the survey shares were reported from 74 financial institutions. So this alone confirms there's 194% more shares of MMTLP than what should actually exist. Obviously that's just specifically on TradeStation, so I wonder if other brokers out there are holding more than 194% of shares as well. But what that shows is that at least for MMTLP, the float was at least sold twice over in synthetic shares. And as Kristen points out, she said, look at this. Which broker will be the next to admit they sold lots of counterfeit shares to MMTLP shareholders? She said obviously TradeStation's official allocation received was 122,000 shares. So how come they sold shareholders at least 237,000? This comes after my recent video a few days ago about how TradeStation apologised to many customers that their shares could not be moved to AST, as they had not received enough of an allocation from the DTCC to cover all of the shares on their platform. AK, the DTCC told them they only had 122,000 shares, but on their platform there's at least 237,000. That's obviously due to the additional synthetics that have been sold and purchased by retail investors in TradeStation's brokerage platform. So as Kristen says, I wonder which broker will be next to come out and admit they have way more shares in their brokerage than the DTCC has allotted to them. And if the float is sold at least twice over in MMTLP, I wonder just how many times it's been sold over in AMC. I don't remember from the top of my head how many retail investors there were in MMTLP. I'm sure you guys can correct me in the comments below. I think it was between 80,000 and 200,000, which is significantly smaller than AMC's 4 million individual shareholders, which suggests AMC's float has likely been sold many more times over than even MMTLP's float. Now, Kristen also tweeted this article saying the Korean financial regulator says it's detected possible naked short selling by foreign banks. And she said South Korea's financial regulator is to announce details of its investigation into naked short selling by foreign banks soon. Obviously, they've already fined BNP Paribas and HSBC last month over alleged naked short selling, so I wonder which other banks are included on that list. Investigations are nearing final stages, and the FSS will soon explain the outcome of the investigations to the people and also reflect them on the ongoing move to reform the short selling system. So as I said, I wonder which other banks like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, or hedge funds and market makers like Citadel and Virtue have been naked short selling shares in Korea. Now I might be a little bit biased, but I wanted to go through this excellent tweet on Twitter from myself. Today in the group we had another great 50% gain on NINM, catching this recovery play here in the pre-market, running up to new highs of over $5.50 per share. We had RJL taking his first trade and locking in a 22% gain. Icon locked in 30%, and the ingestible bulk also locked in over 25%. As I said earlier, the prices are likely going up tomorrow or over the weekend, so be sure to join the Millionaire Mindset Trading Group linked in the description below. So I tweeted saying, for anyone that believes, knows or thinks Adam Aaron is working for the hedge funds, please read on to understand why that's a lie. saying if Adam Aaron was working with the hedge funds, AMC would be bankrupt in less than 7 days, and it would be so easy. AMC could just accidentally default on their loan agreements by breaching a loan covenant, by failing to submit accounts on time, failing to hold a manager's meeting on time, or even failing to reply to an email from a bank on time. Breaching any of their loan covenants, whatever those covenants are, would mean the loans become repayable on demand instantaneously, and AMC would be gone within 7 days. But Adam Aaron hasn't let that happen and won't let that happen because he's building AMC into the most profitable, the largest and most cash flowing theatre business to ever exist. But the shorts won't tell you how easy it would be if Adam Aaron was actually working for the shorts to allow AMC to go bankrupt, because they need you to think AMC will go bankrupt because they need Adam Aaron gone. Now, I did add saying, what about all the dilution? I said it seems to be becoming clearer that Adam Aaron is acting in AMC's best interest, AMC the company, but not necessarily that AMC shareholders, like you and I, are best interest. I said I'm not sure where the US fiduciary duty of a CEO or chairman lies here. I said I guess these usually would be aligned or the same interests, but in AMC's case, maybe the interests are different. And I said as a result, Adam Aaron will not allow AMC to go bankrupt. And I said especially considering the research, due diligence, reports from other CEOs, contracted companies and recent SEC lawsuits, it seems that billions of synthetic shares exist. Especially with TradeStation literally confirming they hold double the number of MMTLP shares than they should actually hold. Now, somebody replied saying I defend Adam Aaron so vigorously, even though the reverse split dropped the share value by 80%. But I replied saying, was it the reverse split that dropped the price of AMC, or was it Ken Griffin deciding what price he wanted AMC to trade at? I said maybe Ken Griffin wanted AMC to trade at $10,000 per share, but Adam Aaron stopped Ken Griffin because Adam Aaron is the king of the world. But obviously that's sarcasm, and I said, no, hang on, that doesn't sound right. Obviously Adam Aaron isn't the king of the world, he doesn't tell Ken Griffin what to do, and I'm sure Ken Griffin didn't want AMC at exactly $10,000 per share. It seems more realistic that Ken Griffin dropped the share price of AMC to whatever price he wanted, and not the reverse split dropping the price instead. Now, Eichoff, or however you pronounce that, also added saying that Adam Aaron could just close theatres and AMC would be bankrupt in days. He could send all the staff away on an all expenses paid trip, close the cinemas for a few weeks, and AMC would be gone. But obviously that hasn't happened, and that won't happen because Adam Aaron wants AMC to thrive. Now, the Narrative Corrupt Update also tweeted saying the fact that they aren't fully taking their profits on their shorts, even all the way down here below 60 cents per share, tells you all you need to know. AMC is down over 95% over the last couple of years, so theoretically the short should be closing short positions here. Mathematically, the maximum gain from a short position is 100%, so why would you add more shorts and increase your exposure if you're up 99% instead of just closing and taking the profits? But yeah, as Practical Stocks has tweeted, actually the short interest isn't going down to 0% and 0 shares shorted. Actually, that short interest, even the legally disclosed short interest, is still rising. Over the last 2 months, shorts haven't closed out of all of their short positions and taken their profits. Actually, shorts have doubled down and shorted an extra 65% more shares, or an extra 12.9 million shares. Why, if you're already up 99% on your trade and the maximum possible gain is 100%, why would you double down and not just close here? But as the Narrative Corrupt Update added, it's because they need bankruptcy to not have to pay to buy the shares back. That's how many counterfeit shares are actually involved here. They can't afford for retail to be right because they can't afford to close out of that short position. And that's why they've doubled down, doubled their exposure, instead of closing a short position that's practically up the maximum it can possibly be. You may say, well, Tom, with dilution, Adam Aaron's just giving them shares to close, which fine, makes sense. But as a result, why is the short interest going up and not going down to 0? Oh wait, because they can't close out of their shorts. Now, I also wanted to talk about this tweet from Sochco, which shows a number of FTD dates missing for AMC. For November, there's tons of missing FTD days. You can see I've opened the calendar as well, but they reported FTDs for the 1st, they missed the 2nd and the 3rd, reported the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th, 11th, 12th were weekends, 13th, 14th, but missed the 15th and the 16th. They reported the 17th, but missed the 20th, 21st, 22nd and 23rd, but reported the 24th. For December, they posted the 1st, but missed the 4th. They posted the 5th, 6th, missed the 7th, posted the 8th, missed the 11th, posted the 12th, posted the 13th and the 14th. So you can see altogether that's like 5 or 10 days they've missed posting actual FTD data for. Obviously, I don't know what happened on these days, if there was tons of FTDs or if there weren't many at all, but that's really weird they've missed tons and tons of days of data. Not just obviously for the weekends, because I had the calendar open here as well, but tons of actual trading days where they didn't post data for. But guys, be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always guys, be sure to ding that notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers.